Hello, everybody. So, what I've decided to do, since there are so many, like I'm quite behind on the draft games, but also because there were so many forfeits uh, in the last 4 weeks of the season, like so many games that should have been played that were just not. I'm gonna put all of the rest of the games that are not mine or my buddy Ephemeral's games into this one video. So it's probably going to be a long one. Not as long as it could have been, but a long one. So let's go ahead and start. We're starting with week 5. Forgive me if I don't remember to uh, specifically say when each game was played, but it's probably not that big a deal. Everybody who really cares is already in the draft server. All right, so we have Pardis versus Sawdu. At this point in the season, Pardis, I believe, um, had a chance to get the first seed. Um, so keep that in mind. He and I think at this point in the season, were the only two who were undefeated. So let's go on with this game. Um, I love the lineup from Pardis. It has a lot of really good threats to it. Primarily Calm Mind sweepers. Um, However, I think Clefable, who I believe was new to the Rustboro Rock Crabs team, might be able to stop them. Tacky and Cutter should still do a lot, though, even if you're Spadef unaware. Um, we'll have to see what happens. So we just see a lead Sinistcha versus a lead Sneasler, two of the nastiest Pokemon in each of their teams, and get a pair up right away. Whew. I was not, I would have not been shocked to see uh, Sinistcha go for the Terra right away, or if it had like Covert Cloak or something to deal with that, but we'll see. Setting up spikes, kind of dubious against Pardis, who has the court changing Cinderace, who he goes out to immediately. To Inteleon to take the Pyro Ball, very nice. And Inteleon is just a bit faster than Cinderace, so you have to switch. We're going to see Totoscrool with a red card. Interesting. So that means that Totoscrool will get out of that one. Oh, nasty plot Lando. Some of these games I have not seen, or if I have seen them, it's been a long time. Missing the Focus Blast, maybe that mattered. I don't know what the Totoscrool's investment is, but wow. Missed the Pyro Ball? Okay, that definitely mattered. Oh man, that's tough. This is why I don't like Pokemon like Cinderace. I think they're really good, especially in draft, but like just missing and losing there would suck. Ooh, the Clef is gonna Calm Mind. I could definitely see Unaware Calm Mind Clef going stupid here. So let's see, Flamethrower. Oh my gosh. And the burn. Oh man, it's so bad. It's so bad for Pardis. He's getting all the hacks. Jeez. Well, you got a crit with one of the Tachyon Cutters. Oh my god, he missed another Focus Blast. Oh man. I hate this. I hate this. This is such a bad game. Oh jeez. Gets the third layer of spikes up. No court changer, no defogger, no nothing. And Sinistcha's gonna clean up there. There's not much of a point for the Sinistcha to attempt to Calm Mind, even if he had it, because of the Clefable, but it looks like he does not have it. Night Slash critical hit. Night Slash critical hit. This has to be super luck with Scope Lens. Even still, I don't know if that's guaranteed, is it? Might be a 50%. Gets 3 in a row, though. So, extra sensory. Interesting. Interesting to go for extra sensory against the Honchkrow. I guess he was calling the switch to Toadscrew. He might not have had a better move to hit it. Raikou does get Scald, which is really interesting. Oh, you're outsped. Rindo Berry's interesting, but doesn't matter at this point. And our buddy, the Sawdu, leader of the Rustbro Rock Crabs, gets his first win of the season, and Pardis, first loss of the season. This game was really good for me at the time because Pardis, having the same undefeated record, meant that if I had lost a game and Pardis managed to clean sweep, then I would be out the top seed. But given that he lost a game, I was pretty confident that I could get through the rest of my schedule with only one loss. And my differential was a lot better because Pardis took a lot of really close wins at the beginning, and I took a lot of really dominant wins. So I was confident that even if I lost a game, I would still stay ahead of Pardis. Now, if I lost 2 games, then well, I really don't deserve to be the top seed. Then, yeah, what an interesting game. I think maybe Pardis could have done some things better, to eliminate the chances to drop some of these Pokemon. You know, for example, if you're doing Nasty Plot Lando, a good move for it is Sledge Wave. And it would have been great to hit something like Clefable as well, and probably could have went for that instead of Focus Blast. I understand that Orthworm is still a problem, but that would have you probably would have picked up the kill on Totoscrool with Sledge Wave. Actually, I don't know. It might depend on the spread of Totoscrool. Pyro Ball missing. I mean, there's just not much you can do about that. What are you gonna do? Run fucking Flame Wheel instead? But no, that was really unfortunate for Pardis. But good on the Rock Crabs to have to get a win there. That Tailwind Super Luck Night Slash Honchkrow is really scary actually. Yeah, you're gonna need a Dark Resist, which this team has only one. That's interesting. Okay, let's go on to the next game. Alrighty, so we have, I am never gonna remember team names, am I? Reggie Set Slow versus Team Cam. I think this is this the first time we're seeing Hydrapple? Maybe. Interesting. Iron Moth is also... Iron Moth looks a little scary into this team. Yeah, it actually looks really scary into this team. Like, you're gonna have to lean on Weezing a lot, and even Weezing is not gonna take a Fire Blast or a Fiery Dancer and overheat that well. Anyway, let's see what happens. Tracing the Regenerator, I don't know how much that matters. So we're gonna Willow and Thunder Wave. I think the Thunder Wave is probably more impactful. Chilly Reception. Interesting, okay. Mamoswine can clean this up. Okay. Good switch by Jet Frost. Going for Will-O-Wisp, trying to spread a lot of hazards, or status here, I should say. I'm wondering what I guess the Will-O-Wisp on Gardevoir maybe try to catch Gliscor. Could have been an interesting development there. It's kind of scary to go to Bisharp when you don't know if this thing has Focus Blast, and he goes for Air Slash. I cannot imagine that was a smart team building decision. Maybe he thought that it was a physical move, but Psychic to destroy the Iron Moth. That's crazy. Toxic, I guess, trying to predict a switch. I don't know why you would ever switch in front of an Amoonguss. Takes the Earthquake. And then Frankie's going to go to work here. I do not see... Oh, okay. That's max speed Rotom, maybe? Interesting. I'm kind of shocked that you go for Swords Dance in front of the Amoonguss, because the Amoonguss could have spored. We have not banned the sleep moves, so... Okay. Protecting. Like, Volt Switching, I guess predicting a switch. It's not... There's no switch happening, pal. And I guess that Facade is just gonna get everything. Okay, knockoff. Yeah, I mean, it's over. There's nothing that can be done. So we're gonna protect again, I guess, seeing if he has Hydro Pump. I don't really know what the deal with that is. Focus Sash, interesting. Protecting doesn't really do anything for you. Okay, and then Pump gets the kill. All right, it's over. Chilly Reception. I see backs just kind of cleaning up here. A Dragon Dance. That's interesting. And again, you could get put to sleep, which, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would have made that play. I think I would have just went for the Icicle Sphere off the rip. If he goes to Bisharp, then whatever. Yeah, Rotom's not a good answer there. You gotta go to Bisharp and just pray that you live. Or maybe he's going for Chip, so that Sucker Punch does something, but obviously he didn't go for the Sucker Punch there. I don't know. If I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he was trying to predict Baxcalibur out playing him with the Dragon Dances and try to save some Sucker Punches, but frankly, there's just no reason for that. He's already poisoned. If he goes for Dragon Dance every turn, then like he's gonna die to the poison before you run out of Sucker Punches anyway. So I don't know. Maybe the Bisharp could have beaten the Weezing if it's faster. It's got the Life Orb. It's got presumably Iron Head. I don't know if that Oko's Weezing. Probably not. But you dodge one Wisp and it might be over actually. I mean Hydrapple probably cleans up with Earth Power or Body Press. But in any case, I think there were some interesting Mons, not so much interesting sets here. Versus, I mean, Goldengo kind of went stupid here. Goldengo with Psychic actually looked really good into this. A good pickup for Regiset Slow to identify a little bit of a Psychic weakness there. Although Bisharp was extremely free, and I think maybe Cool Cam should have identified that this Goldengo really does not have a move to hit Bisharp, and then went to it, and then, you know, free Night Slash, or Throat Chop or whatever. Like, there's nothing this Goldengo can do. Yeah. We'll go on to the next game. Alrighty, so we have Good Grief versus the Voluminous Valiance. This seems like the bread and butter 6 for our guy here, the Voluminous Valiance. Good Grief, I think, always has some interesting bench Pokemon that can kind of get subbed in. Bruxish is really funny. I wonder what he's gonna do with that. Because I mean, Dazzling doesn't look like it matters much here. There's not really like a sort of like I guess Iron Valiant Vacuum Wave. There's not really a priority move. I guess Ice Shard on Donphan, but you resist both of those, so I imagine it's probably a Strong Jaw set. Maybe Choice Band. That could be interesting. You're faster than Annihilate, so maybe Choice Band, Strong Jaw, Psychic Fangs is gonna pick up a kill there. That would be awesome. Anyway, let's see what happens. Horrendous lead for or horrendous lead matchup, I should say. I don't know if leading Araquanid was really that terrible, but yeah. I do think that Thundurus had a nice lead here. If he leads Ting-Lu, Ting-Lu's quite passive, so you could probably come into Donphan and have a decent matchup here. Ice Spinner's nice. Ruination doesn't really matter that much, but good. Aggressive switch to Bruxish. If a knockoff came there, that would have been terrible. Oh my lord, 99. Oh, could you imagine if the Greninja was Battle Bond and had served on a platter the Araquanid? I'm shocked that he kind of let that go. I mean, I don't know. I guess Iron Valiant doesn't outspeed after booster, so I don't know. A lot of switching around here. Good switch for Pez. But this Gudra kind of just walls the crap out of him. Oh, he goes for Draco and misses. That's so unfortunate. But he lives the Earthquake. You rip the Draco again? Oh, it didn't even kill. Interesting. It's kind of a risky business there because Iron Valiant could have came in. Ooh, Terra Steel to live. That's really cool. And it probably is banded Psychic Fangs, like I thought. He's gonna save it. Oh, Spikes goes up. Okay, so it's we're gonna need Genbu, Terapagos to get rid of those before Bruxish comes back. Or you could sack here. It's probably a good one. Just spamming Volt Switch. I'm shocked that you go Greninja here. I mean, this is really obviously specs, right? I feel like Ting-Lu would have been really, really free. Ooh, Sneak Valiant. That's pretty dirty. That's also strange. We don't see booster energy here, so this is probably Banded or Scarf of some kind. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's over. That's probably Banded Valiant. Dirty. We didn't see the Annihilate come out at all. But no, that was a great endgame by Pez. Let's see. Sneak. Going to Ting-Lu. Going to Ting-Lu is so crazy here. Because, like, if this is just, like, I don't know, like Expert Belt or something, Iron Val, for some reason. I mean, I guess it's pretty easy to tell that this is some sort of choice, because why would you not run Booster Energy if you were not gonna run choice? I don't know. But that is crazy. We know the Zapdos is not Choice Scarf as well because of the Life Orb chip. It's interesting. I would have thought that Choice Scarf Zapdos would have been a great bring here, because two of Pez's best Pokemon are fighting types, and being able to guarantee outspeed them. Well, Iron Val, I guess, if it's not Scarf or not Booster. Yeah. Yeah, what a great game there. I guess we don't know if this is Banded or Scarf, because these mons probably all died to unboosted Spirit Break anyway. But yeah, either way, it probably didn't matter. But wow, what a scary bond. I hate that. Swagging the Fortress at 6% for the differential too is really good. That was a good game. I like the Bruxish. It actually did a lot more work. It put in a lot more work than I thought it would. I mean, I did expect the banded Psychic Fangs, but I wonder if you could get like a Wave Crash on to something, that would have been really, really hype. And actually, I don't know. I guess I don't know for sure if it was banded. I could see this being the Scarfed Mon, because you know you have the two guys here. But yeah, Shadow Sneak would have messed Bruxish up. Yeah, really good. I like that. All right, next game. So this must be the start of the game 6 period because we have a little repeat action going on here. Interesting. So we have Probopass coming. I wonder what Pez saw that made him think Probopass was the play. Maybe it had to do with Sneasler. I'm not sure. Although, yeah, the Rock Steel's not good, but you have Terra as an option. I believe your Terra Fighting is one of them. I don't know what the other one is. So Terra Fighting might have done well into Sneasler. I don't know exactly what you're cooking, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have an idea. All right, so just going straight for our Rocky Helmet Probopass. Interesting. Gets the Stealth Rocks up. Protect. I don't hate that. I mean, it's not like Skeledirge has a move to punish, but interesting. Sticky Web, and then get Rapid Spun. I'm shocked we didn't see a switch hard to Annihilate there to stop that, but that's interesting. Okay, so I know we saw a red card from this Mon last time, so I don't know if he just likes red card, but I could see a scenario, right? Maybe you're a Totoscroll that's slower than Annihilate. You're gonna eat the attack from Annihilate, red card him out, and then get your spin off. That could be an interesting tech. I really like that actually. So Quillfish is gonna stay in and take an Earth Power. I don't know if I agree with allowing that, but then again, we'll see. And then going to a Pokemon that's slower and gets hit with a Toxic is kind of crazy from the Rock Crab side. I would have expected that we would have seen like Tinkaton come in and kind of abuse the Quillfish. You're not at all scared of its dual stab or getting toxic for that matter. So Probopass is back in. Maybe Probopass is just a counter to Honchkrow. I don't know. Snipe Shot. Gonna go hard to Scream Tail. I'm wondering why I'm not choice. Sorry, Terra Ice Beam into Araquanid. That's a little confusing. Yeah, I don't see why you would do that at all. But Screamtail's gonna come in and absolutely wall the Inteleon. And then Skeledirge is gonna come in and kind of do the same. But being on the timer is really, really bad for the Skeledirge. I'm shocked that this is not a Boots Skeledirge either. Okay, going to Araquanid, who takes all these attacks really well. Oh, it's going to set a Reflect. That's really brutal. Okay, going for the Scorching Sands is kind of like a meme play. I mean, this is obviously Water Bubble. It's never getting burned. But we're going to set up Rocks on turn 20. Oh, and steal the Boots. Okay, that's actually really funny. Draining Kiss is not great on Tinkaton, frankly. Honchkrow is going to come in Sucker Punch. I wonder why Sucker Punch. Like, you're faster, and Brave Bird is right there. I don't know what your last move is, but I don't know if I would have clicked Sucker Punch there. Body Press is going to pick up the kill. Probopass getting a kill, really nice. I would probably sack the Probopass here. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Screamtail should be free. Okay, going to Annihilate instead. I guess Annihilate does take the moves pretty well, and Drain Punch is super effective and relatively free. So you only have a 100 base power Rage Fist. I mean, it still does quite a bit. This Clefable might get out of hand. Okay, we don't. Ooh, okay. Draining Kiss actually puts him out of range of a 100 base power Rage Fist, but not a 200, or sorry, a 150. If we would have seen a Moonlight come off there, that might have gotten out of hand. And then Draining Kiss is, I don't like Draining Kiss on Clefable. I can see why you would try it, especially on a calm mindset to get all your HP back. But I feel like Clefable's got defenses that help it avoid 2-hit KOs in a lot of cases. I think I'd rather just be leftovers with a healing move like Moonlight or Wish and Protect than to risk it all on a low base power Rage Fist, or sorry, Draining Kiss. There we go. If you got through this Annihilate here with plenty of boosts, you actually probably could have won that. And I think if you were a Moonlight plus Moonblast, like getting the +2 with a Moonblast is probably killing Annihilate. So, yeah, if you get it with enough HP to survive whatever Iron Valiant is gonna go for, then you might be in a good spot. You have to be careful about not getting encored by one of the two of these, though, if they happen to have it. But yeah, that was potentially winnable in the end game with the last Mon Clefable, but I'm guessing he just did not have the right set for it, which is unfortunate. But good on Pez. He made some slightly aggressive plays that I feel like were a little unsafe and maybe could have backfired on him, but they did happen to work out for him. So I'm not gonna knock him too much for that. Good on him. He's trying to make a comeback from a really tough start of the season to make playoffs. We're thinking 4-4 is probably safe to make playoffs. Any less is maybe leaving it out of your own hands. So we'll go on to the next one. All right, so we have now the front runner for second seed, truly Alex O, with his demonic Ali Hoopa's team, versus some bozo that I 6-0'd earlier in the season. This is a decently strong team, but we'll have to see how it matches up here. I could see an Assault Vest Hoopa going stupid here. It's also a potential Terra Mon, and it could be Terra Dark, which actually does really well into this team. Oh, what a bad matchup here. If that was a Scarf Stone Axe coming out there, that would have been really, really bad. I don't know if I would have risked that. I would probably just went Hard Clawed. It's a Toxic, which is really good. And if you're, okay. If you were, I was going to say, if you're Water Absorb, you're really, really good here, but you're not. You're unaware. Shocking that Alex would call that. I don't know. And so he goes to Zarude, and then hard to Tornadus. I don't know why you would do that. I would imagine, like, if Tornadus is the Mon that deals with this, why wouldn't you just go hard Tornadus on the Revenge? You're taking a lot of chip on it pretty unnecessarily. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to scout for an Ice Spinner, but then that doesn't make sense, because why would you go from an Ice Weak Pokemon to an Ice Weak Pokemon? I don't know. So we're going to switch hard to Heatran and take a superpower. Okay. Yeah, now it's not looking good. Another superpower here to get to +2/+2. Moonblast. Okay. I'm shocked that Alex is like calling out or just like assuming that assuming Dion sets or DDP Nation, whatever Dion. Because if that was a power herb meteor beam, then Enamorus is just dead. And Enamorus is it's not the only thing that can deal with Darkrai, but like you think that it would be one of your better win cons. It looks so good into the rest of his team. You're killing Heatran, you're killing Darkrai, um, if you live a hit. You're killing Zarude and you're faster. Um, yeah, I don't know. I personally would not have made that play, but oh, Moonblast Draining Kiss is crazy. Ice Beam and you live it. Draining Kiss and you're now probably a roll to die. I don't know if that's not Assault Vest. I was gonna say it did a little more damage than I would expect for an Assault Vest. Oh, Calm Mind. Okay, yeah, it's over. It's over. Especially when you switch. What? I was thinking that like you would sack one of like Heatran or Darkrai, and then Zarude can revenge kill this, but now you don't have anything. It's absolutely over for you. Psychic might be faster than Heatran. It's protect Heatran. I'm actually gonna say you're probably guaranteed faster than Heatran here. Um, and you're getting so much leftovers back. The protect was not worth it. He goes for Focus Blast, which absolutely didn't matter. It would not have put this in any kind of range. Yeah. No, yeah, Hoopa's just winning. And Magician to just steal the, the boots for good measure. Yeah, I hate to say it, but this was horrendously played by Dion. I mean, Alex played this one really risky. Like, just some of the first things that came to mind for me, like if this was a water absorbed Cloud Desire, if this was a Power Herb Meteor Beam Necrozma, like you would have lost some Mons way easier than you did. That being said, Hoopa did go stupid into this matchup, and I think it's a little bit of a sign of maybe under preparation from Dion that he didn't have anything to deal with the Hoopa. Um, and also just like really bad switches. Like none of them made sense. It seemed like a lot of them were you just switch in a Pokemon based on vibes, and then you look at the calc and you go, oh shit, this isn't gonna work. Um, which is not a great way to play. If that was the case, I mean, I'm maybe projecting too much, I don't know. But very dominant by Alex, good on him. All right, we have Jet Frost versus Afro Celeste, or Adeliza is their showdown name. These two, they go way back as far as I'm aware. So we'll have to see. So we actually see the mascot, the Regigigas, out here. I don't know if Regigigas is the best into this team. Like, I feel like Urshifu dumpsters it. I feel like Spiritomb statusing it is going to make it really tough to do anything. And then, like, so what are you going to do? You're going to Thunder Wave everything back, I guess? I don't know. We're going to see a bleed of Regigigas, actually. Swords Dance Ogerpon. Body Slam, Fish for the Para, don't get it. And Ivy Cudgel's a 2-hit KO. Trailblaze to kill. Okay. Does this live? No shot. Throat Chop? Oh. Yeah, no, it's over. I don't know why you go Gliscor. Like, obviously it's not going to live. Or you go to Weezing. The only thing on the team that actually lived. Look, how many Pokemon got sacked? So, Regigigas, you could have went to Weezing right there and not lost your entire team. Like what are you doing? I mean, I could maybe understand like you're doing calcs and you're like, okay, Vikavolt lives, and then it got crit, and it's like, okay, well, Slowking lives an Ivy cut or a throat of Trailblaze or whatever. Actually, I'm not convinced that it does. It's only like what 5 base power less than Throat Chop when you take into account stab. I'm almost positive it died anyway. Going to Gliscor here, I mean this is just stupid. I mean, I understand getting flustered and making mistakes, but like, what did you think was gonna happen to the Gliscor? So we luck into a Pokemon that lives the hit, and then Meloetta comes in and it's Shadow Ball. Yeah, it's over. Like, what are you gonna do? You're not 1v1ing with this. Yeah. Also, why Air Balloon on Goldengo? What on this team has a ground type move? I mean, I don't know. They obviously, uh, Adeliza has other Pokemon on their team that maybe have Earthquake or something. I guess Iron Jugulus gets Earth Power, and I guess that Ogerpon does get Stomping Tantrum, but like those are not even probably not even the best moves to hit. I mean, I guess maybe Stomping Tantrum is, but I don't know. Ivy Cudgel hits really hard anyway, so I don't know. No, that was a horrendous game from Jet Frost. I could understand maybe getting blindsided by the Ogerpon, but like this team really did not seem to have anything equipped to handle Ogerpon. And you know what? This team has a Dragon type on it, a really good Dragon type on it, a Baxcalibur that did not come to this game. Why not? Like when Adeliza's offense revolves a ton around water type moves, why would you not bring your water resist? I don't know. Next game. All right. Pardis versus Arvo. What was Arvo's team name? We haven't seen him in a while because he's a super dodger and will not play somebody that he thinks will beat him. I mean, I don't think that that's entirely the issue. I think he's just really, really not good at keeping to his commitments. He's a flaky guy. So, and I don't feel uncomfortable saying that because he's proven that in the past. He did make some changes to his teams. Notably, he's got Pheasantipity and Thundurus instead of 2 crap mons that he would never have brought anyway. And I think Meowscarado made it back to the board to facilitate that. Um, in any case, I'm curious what the Masquerain is gonna do. Probably just set up webs. But funny Quiver Dance would be really funny. Wow, we just doxed somebody's mom's name here. That's interesting. All right, so just going for an immediate rapid spin in front of a Pokemon that can Hydro Pump you for super effective is really weird. Ooh, Double Dance Sinistcha. Oh my gosh. Sinistcha's gonna go stupid. Oh my god. He's just mono Shadow Ball. This is what happens when you have a team that doesn't have a Ghost Resist. Yeah, Dragon Tail gets him out of that situation, but like, is it even that great? Ooh, Bulk Up is interesting though. Is he Wild Charge here? Leftovers though, I don't understand that. Ooh, a Scarf. That's not nice. What? So he goes Terra Dark in front of a Bug type. Yeah, I cannot claim to understand these plays. All right, so Sinistcha is super free here. I mean, or Earthquake is really free as well. I guess I'm the dumb one here. Yeah, wow. Gouging fire. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. So you you went to uh Excadrill to just die to an earthquake. Just think about that. I mean, maybe it's possible that this Landorus is slower. Maybe that's what he was banking on, but like, come on, brother. Jeez Louise. And then Expanding Force is going to go stupid against the last two. Yeah. I mean, this looked like a Sinistras 6-0 to me, but he didn't even need to do that. See you in playoffs, hopefully. No spoilers, but that's really funny in hindsight. Really fast game. A lot of really fast games. We didn't even get to turn 17. That's shocking. I mean, I guess not really. This team is really predictable, but with like, there's only like 7 Pokemon that can possibly be brought in like in a serious context. So we have Cool Cam bringing a really similar looking team. I think one Pokemon got switched out for Lucario. That's like the last time we saw him. And we have Murkrow coming from our dude JWK here with his Baltimore Beartics. The mascot coming as well. But no Kyurem. That's really interesting. It seems like he seems like he's pretty confident that he can win without his best Pokemon. Although some would argue that Ogerpon Heartflame is actually better, but we'll see. Girly Grimace. I'm really, really curious to see what the nickname theme is here. But Freeze trying to go stupid on the Rotom. It's probably the Sash Rotom from the last time we saw it. So it goes to Iron Moth pretty quick here. Fiery Dance. Let's see, a Psychic or a Discharge. Okay, never mind. We'll see you later. So this is easily living. I don't know why you don't go for Earthquake there. I guess trying to catch the Murkrow? I don't know. Volt Switch does nothing. Okay, Toxic and it doesn't do anything. So you have to see a switch there. So Bisharp could go stupid if it had Brick Break, which I feel like would not be an insane tech on a team against a team that has Alolan Ninetales. But we don't see it, and you're also slower, so which makes sense. I mean, you're naturally slower. I don't know what the switch would have been. Maybe Gardevoir. If you have Scarf Gardevoir, that would have been a great switch. You're threatening a Moonblast. And then Moonblast comes in to do not much to Ogerpon. Ogerpon probably is just gonna like SD and then go stupid. Stomping Tantrum. That is a... Oh, I guess it's a speed tie. Yeah, you don't care about Levitate. Yeah, it's over. Wow, it was a really quick one too. So probably Scarf, right? Healing Wish is funny. I mean, Psychic maybe could have done it, like with a crit, but obviously you can't. Like, you're not gonna beat Murkrow or Samurai. That's so unfortunate. We didn't even see Beartic or Murkrow come out. They were so cool. I mean, there's nothing to say here. Like, Ogerpon went absolutely dummy against this team. Yeah. All right, we have the Sun team versus Good Grief. This is a scary matchup, I think. Look at like a lot of these mons look really good, and if you're teching like weird like speed boosts for some things like Sandy Shocks, Roaring Moon, then your speed control is insane. Electros is really weird. I wonder what that's gonna do. Maybe it's just a Sandy Shocks counter. We'll see. All right, so let's see if you get Draco'd off the rip. All right, so he goes for Protect, I guess to scout the Draco, but if you felt like Draco was coming, I mean, Hat's probably better to go to. I mean, I know that you don't want to take a heavy slam or a flash cannon or whatever, but staying is crazy. To Lava Plume, and you get into Greninja. I mean, I guess it worked out pretty well. And you go, okay. Going to Venusaur here is really good because you're way faster with the Sun boost. It's a Life Orb Venusaur. Weather Ball is going to do not much. I mean, Earth Power would have done maybe something, but yeah, it still doesn't do much either. I feel like you didn't have to sack Venusaur there, albeit I don't know how necessary Venusaur was. I feel like, I mean, it was good into Greninja, but I feel like once you have that chip, everything's pretty good into Greninja. You have the plus speed Roaring Moon, coming to Earthquake. Let's see if we see a Magnet Rise. We don't. We see a Reflect instead, which is probably better. Electros comes in to dodge that Earthquake. Takes a Dragon Claw and coils. Okay, I could see where this game is going now. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna Dragon Dance back. That doesn't... Oh. Walking Wake comes in to flip turn into Torkoal. Nope. I can't... Okay, interesting. To block the Thunder Punch. You're just gonna get Drain Punched out. Like, I don't see what your win con here is. You gotta go to Torkoal. A Will-O-Wisp would be great here. You'd probably survive. Whatever. Yawn. I feel like Burn is a lot better than Sleep. But Yawn Protect, and then you can go hard to Walking Wake here. Yep. And I imagine that 2 Hydro Steams will kill. Yep. He does go for the Wake Up, and he gets the Dragon Tail. Kind of nasty. But this should kill. Okay, he goes for Volt Switch instead of a coverage move. Interesting. Alright. Yawn. Protect. I mean, Protect is really obvious. Yeah. Now you don't have Sun. Okay, Close Combat. You see the Close Combat, you can go to Hat for sure. Hat, I think this is not the best for Hat. Oh, okay. Wikiberry is funny. I guess if the Hat tried to predict that with a like a Psyshock or something, that would have been really good. But no, I mean, yeah, it's kind of over. You have to go Torkoal, right? You didn't have to sack Sandy Shocks at all there. I mean, there's no point to protecting. You want... There's absolutely no point to protecting. Protect hurts you. You're losing turns of Sun that you could potentially need for Walking Wake. I mean, it's not gonna matter anyway. Oh, this is a Scarf Greninja. Probably, because I would imagine you're only boost your Spatak Walking Wake if you're Scarf yourself. But yeah, wow. Yeah, that was a really dominant win. I mean, I think the Dragon D Suns, like, they did not know what to do against the Electros. Like, I see getting the sleep and stuff like that as being pretty good, but I feel like getting a burn is even better, because then they're just not doing much damage to you. You can chip them really effectively with your Torkoal. They're not Rest as their last move. No shot. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's what I would have done. Go for Lava Plumes, fish for the burn, or go for Will-O-Wisp if you had it. I imagine you don't if this is your moveset. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This there's a lot of things that could have been done differently, but like, it's so many, it's hard to really like point to any particular ones. Next game. All right, so this is a very similar looking team to the last time we saw them. I think there was one switch out. I think the Araquanid is now Arcanine versus this team. I'm kind of curious to see how this team does versus Pecharunt. Pecharunt looks like it's really good into this. We see Persian here, which is kind of swag. I wonder what the Persian's gonna do. So we see a fast U-turn from the Annihilate. We go for a Stone Axe there. That is really unlucky. I mean, I feel like the Annihilate, if the Annihilate just bulked up and then took the Stone Axe there, then this was looking kind of spooky for Alex. So I don't know if I like that play. But I don't know. Maybe he's really confident that his Enamorus was going to kill. But unfortunately, he's just going to lose the Cleavor. Alright, into Screamtail, who does take a Wave Crash, but not super duper well. It's a pretty fast Screamtail. That's really interesting. I would have probably went for a Wish myself. Now, the Wish opens up the opportunity for Quaquaval to go for a Swords Dance or something. Which is not nice, but it would have stopped this. But I guess that's okay because Arcanine gets the extreme speed. But I think there was definitely a way to get out of that with your Screamtail intact. So he goes Terra Steel, Poltergeist from the Pecharunt. That is shocking. That is very, very untypical of Pecharunt. Choice Scarf, Probopass, what? There's a lot of noses going on in chat. All right, good switch there. I don't know what Pecharunt's like poison type move of choice is. Maybe it's still just running Malignant Chain because I would do this even if you're minus nature. That would still do a lot to Iron Valiant. We see a switch out and he goes for Moonblast. So I guess calling the switch. Ooh, Calm Mind. Ooh, Thunder Wave. That's not good. Ooh, Icy Wind. That's also not good. Persian's gonna get the Goob Nut off. Focus Sash. Endeavor. Wow. Wow. Phantom Force. What? So we're gonna sack Iron Valiant there. So into Thundo to get the kill. It's probably choice specs based on the look of it. Wow. Alright, goes through Probopass to dodge the Sucker Punch. I like that. So you get Body Press there. That's good. And Enamorus is going to set its own Tailwind. This is the thing with Choice Scarf Probopass. I guess I understand why, because you want to be for sure that you're faster than the King Gambit. You don't want to get like a low kick or something. But I don't know. Like, this Enamorus can do a lot of scary things to you. Like if it was a superpower one, we could have seen something like that go off. Tailwind is scary. So we go to Annihilate, and we don't live the Moonblast. I'm guessing that was not a Spadef invested Annihilate to not live that Moonblast. Something like Roselli Berry would have went stupid there, or if you had like Chesto Resto, even like get a rest off and you're stalling the turn of Tailwind. I mean, the Enamorus could probably try to stall back to get back to a Tailwind to deal with Thundo, but there's an end game there that maybe could have been played a little differently if the sets were different, but you know, you can't really say. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Choice Scarf Probopass, because I mean, I don't know. If the King Gambit had low kick, then maybe something would have been different. But I would not. If I'm Alex, I'm not thinking about Probopass like that. I'm not gonna run nearly max speed just for the Probopass. Like, look at how much faster everything else on this team is. You want HP. You want to be defensively invested, and Probopass is there to be. If you to say to King Gambit, if you're not speccing into speed, I'm gonna body press you and you're gonna die. I think there's also maybe a Terra that could have been put on Probopass. I don't know if Pez could have afforded to make Probopass a Terra Captain or if it was, but like I feel like Terra is a lot lower investment than Choice Scarf is, as weird as that sounds. And that would have been really good into King Gambit. And then this Enamorus would not have just been able to get a free Tailwind up against the Probopass because it could have went for Thunder Wave, it could have went for a Rock type move. Like there were a lot of things that could have been changed if the Probopass set was something different. So as funny as Scarf Probopass is, I don't think it was the right call. I think speed invested Probopass probably would have been with maybe a Terra option is would have been enough. But yeah, we're gonna go on to the next game. We have Pardis here again with the Webs offense. Webs, I wonder, and I just thought about this, when your only form of hazard removal, quote unquote, is Court Change Cinderace, I wonder if Webs is a good idea. Now, granted, this team does not have good hazard stacking. I think the only thing that can do any sort of hazards is Ogerpon, and it's very unlikely to do that. But so I don't think it matters. You probably don't even have Court Change on this Cinderace, but let's see what happens. So Whimsicott versus Masquerain. It's gonna set the Sunny Day. I do not see what the advantage of Sunny Day is. You have three water types on your team and a Hurricane spammer. I feel like Sunny Day is, and you know, he has Cinderace. I feel like Sunny Day is really, really bad for you, actually, especially when you have Tailwind. Like I could understand maybe trying to set your own Chlorophyll, but you have Tailwind. So why don't you just set your own Tailwind? Like you don't need you don't need to be ×4 speed. And then U-turn. Okay, so there's not like I don't get it. So Sinistcha is gonna Terra for sure. We see a Dark Pulse that does a lot of damage. That Terra Blast does a lot back. So you're gonna have to go to Prim, which makes sense. Prim should be a sufficient counter. There's like, yeah, nothing that Jugulis could do, really. It could have Hurricaned, I guess, but I don't know if it has it. So we're gonna get Rocks up. Rain Dance. Power Herb Fly? That's insane. But what's more insane is that he went for Power Herb Fly on this Spiritomb. I don't see Spiritomb switching out here, like especially when Will-O-Wisp was an option. Missing the Will-O-Wisp really sucks there. But I feel like now, yeah, Kingdra or Urshifu could come in. Scald. Okay, I don't know if I like Scald on Kingdra. On a rain team, I would probably want the more damaging Surf or Weather Ball. But I guess it's perfectly fine in that scenario. Horn Leech. Ooh, that's nasty. Cinderace comes in. It's got Acrobatics. Oh my gosh, is it no item acro? Oh my gosh, he's gonna win. Okay, Prankster Tailwind from the Whimsicott. The even further makes me question why Sunny Day is like, why does that exist? So Ice Punch does not kill. You know what? I would not be shocked if Surging Strikes killed Cinderace. But whatever. So you're gonna see a Hurricane and it misses. Or Kingdra sets its own Rain Dance. Okay. Oh. Scarf Masquerain. Oh man, that is really dirty. I hate that. I actually hate that so much. But yeah, no, that would have been an interesting. Oh, that would have been interesting. Kingdra. So Kingdra sets its own rain here. Presumably would. Well, I don't think that it's reasonable to assume that Afro Celeste or Adeliza or whatever they want to be called wins this game because even if the even if the Masquerain wasn't Scarf, which is really funny, um, like it probably would have been Focus Sash. That's the most common item for Masquerain, and would have been really, really free, considering there's absolutely no rocks on this team. But I could see something. I mean, if Masquerain wasn't Focus Sash or Scarf, then Kingdra probably kills this. It has to hit a Hydro Pump versus Indeedee to kill, I would think. And then Sinistcha is low enough that it probably kills that too. So that could have been a win there. But I mean, yeah, Masquerain was the game winner there, which is really funny. Oh man, I wonder if there was something that could have been done early on against the Masquerain. So this Whimsicott, I don't know if Whimsicott gets any move that would have been good there, but any amount of chip on the Masquerain would have stopped a Focus Sash sweep. Um, I mean, granted, it was Scarf. There's not much you could do about that. But, you know... Sorry, going back to the beginning of the game. Could you have known it was Scarf? I mean, no, because you went for Prankster Sunny Day. Okay. I mean, that doesn't really change anything, I don't think, because if you kill this, even if you kill this with the Kingdra, if you don't have the rain up, then both of these outspeed, I think. So it's interesting. No, that is so funny though with the Scarf Masquerain. I love that. I mean, I guess maybe Pardis was thinking in his mind, like, okay, they might set Rain Dance, and then like flying type moves are really good into this team because that's true. Like, look at how many flying weeks there are on this team. These bottom three, which are two of them are the really good bread and butter Pokemon that are win cons, and then the top three are not resists at all. So I I like the acrobatics. I mean, it's a strategy that I tried in my game as well, and you saw how that went. So if you didn't see how that went, maybe you should go check that video out. See, I'm good at plugging myself. Next game. All right, so this is is this the first time we see Regieleki? I don't think so. I think it was in a game a few weeks earlier. But this is a good. This is an interesting game. I think at this point in the draft, it might have some seed implications. Potentially knock Alex down to the third seed. It's not likely because I think Pardis's differential's just not very high. But for Chalk Flame, for the Good Grief, we could see them catapult themselves into fourth very comfortably. There's like a log jam in the middle for like fourth to sixth. So we'll have to see. So we're gonna see a spiking Ogerpon versus a Klefki, who might also have spikes. We don't know. Doesn't look like it. It's probably dual screens Klefki. This is gonna be a really, really slow start to this, isn't it? Okay, we're spared. So Thunder Wave from the Aleki, that's so annoying. Back to Ogerpon. Who's gonna get it to Rapid Spin here, presumably, but we're gonna see Pecharunt Spin Block. Oh, he calls it out. Very, very well played. Uh, Parting Shot. This is a fast Aleki, or sorry, a fast Pecharunt to be able to do that. I mean, I don't know if maybe the Tropicos is not running anything. Brick Break. Ooh, interesting. Terra Fighting Brick Break? Wait, what? You have Brick Break and Terra Fighting Terra Blast? Why do you need both? Is there like a calc here? Like, you need it to 2-hit KO the Gudra? I don't know. That seems weird to me. I would not do that. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Klefki here on the recover. It's unfortunate. It's gonna get all the way back to full. We're probably seeing a Thunder Wave there too. That would have been really good to get onto the Pecharunt. Oh, giving another opportunity for it. Okay, going straight back to Aleki. We're never gonna get to see what what he was gonna click anyway. Alright, so switches here. Quaquaval's gonna have to take an Earthquake. That is really, really tough. But I feel like I was gonna say I felt like a close combat was pretty free. I mean, Zapdos is the only thing that switches into that, but instead we see a flip turn. It doesn't really matter because the Tropicos would have resisted it anyway. But ooh, Toxic is really nasty. This is a gross Pecharunt set. This is really fucking gross. It's not. It doesn't have much to touch Gudra, but it can Parting Shot. All right, so here's a little tech, and I don't know if anybody knows this. So if you're at this point in the video, you deserve to figure this out for your draft team. Parting Shot will not let you switch if you don't get the stat drops. So if you put a Clear Amulet on a Pokemon, then Pecharunt can't Parting Shot in front of it. So if you're really like struggling against a Pecharunt with in particular that has Parting Shot, put a Clear Amulet on your Steel type, and you will probably be able to deal with it a lot better. Something that I might try to do later. We'll see if I have to play Alex. Again, anyway, I should say. But interesting. We see a switch there. Not going for another Ice Beam. Maybe scared of what will happen if like he kills with Gudra. Maybe the Hoopa will come in and do something nasty. Knockoff there. A knockoff is not going to kill. Ivy Cudgel for a little bit of chip, and then Spiky Shield again. This is probably a Scarf Zapdos to be clicking knockoff like this, but imagine if it wasn't. I don't know. So Aleki going for a Volt Switch there. Gonna have to see, yeah. Okay, Greninja's in. Greninja has the priority. Does not go for it and just dies. What? Hold on. I just thought about this. That's not a slow Greninja. This is a Scarf Quaquaval. Oh, man. That's brutal. So I don't know if Scarf outspeeds this. But we're going to sack Tinglu. That's unfortunate. You see a Volt Switch. Probably to Pecharunt. Got an Earth Power. If it stays in, it dies. I mean, but that doesn't mean you have to switch. I guess the thing is now, like, Terapagos is not going to spin these hazards away, and that's going to really, really destroy them. I'm ashamed to admit how much I took Bruxish into it team building. That's so funny. Alright, but this is the faster Scarfer. Brave Bird's going to kill. I mean, you're probably gonna end up killing yourself with Brave Bird here, is what I see happening. Yeah. Wow. And Petrant doesn't even Nightshade. Interesting. It's Nightshade's gonna kill for sure. Oh man. Wow. I mean, it felt like this game was closer than it seems. I think the problem was like this Petrant spin blocking and like managing to escape and get its recover off without letting the spin go off was really, really dirty. If the spin, if we saw an early spin from the Terapagos, and you know the turn that it seemed like it was obvious to go for, he called it out right and got the Earth Power onto Pecharunt, which is really good for him and the right play. Um, but like just one more play to find that spin, and this could have been a very different game because this Ting Lu died to spikes. I don't think like hardly anything else hit it. Like it switched in 3 times, took like 75%, um, which is like really nasty. And Ting Lu is your line of defense against something like Regieleki or even Hoopa to an extent. Although this Hoopa was a physical double fighting stab Hoopa, which is just really strange. I wonder why. I really, really wonder why Terra Blast. But in any case, I would not be ashamed of that performance. As good grief there, it was a lot closer than it kind of seems. But um, yeah, Alex did make some great plays to keep the spikes up, which was the winner for him. And then that Scarf Quavel was really dirty. And this Petrun set is absolutely fucking disgusting. Um, Next game. So this is I mean I believe the last game was also part of week 8, but this game here was major playoff implications due to a huge wave of forfeits. Um, uh, Somebody who was like in the bottom, basically the bottom of the bracket, was never gonna make playoffs. Uh, got 3 wins and boosted into playoff like clinching. So what actually ended up happening is because both of these teams only have 3 wins. Um, it was and there's only one slot open. The winner of this game was making playoffs and the loser was not. So that's the context surrounding this. This is why this is one of the most intriguing games of the league here. We have Pheasant Dippity, who is I think an extremely good counter to Iron Valiant. It's gonna force Iron Valiant to run really ass moves like Psychic and Psy Shock that it doesn't want to run, and then you could run something like a Pataya Berry, and get a really really heavy damage Sludge Bomb onto it, um, and really ruin its day. As for uh, the other mons, I feel like Screen Tail's actually pretty good here. It's not very good into Excadrill, but the rest of the team, it seems like it could survive a lot of their hits really well. Potentially getting out of the 2-hit KO range, which yeah, when Scream Tail's not getting 2-hit KO'd, it's really nasty for you. So we're gonna see. Okay, this is interesting. I want to lose this game, kinda. I want to play Luke round 1 so bad. Well, you know what? We had an opportunity to play in the regular season. If you wanted to play me so bad, maybe you should have shown up for the game. Additionally, I think he misread how the playoffs picture was looking, and he would have had to win this game. And also, I guess he doesn't understand the rule that the top 4 of playoffs get to pick their first round opponent. So I mean, I even if he slid into the 8th seed, whereas I was clinched the 1 seed, or I guess there was technically a scenario where I couldn't have not got the 1 seed after the 8th game was played, but if I had won the game, I clinched it. If Alex had 5 or 6 owed and I had got 5 or 6 owed, then Alex could have taken over, but like it would have had to be like that bad for me, which I was pretty confident I was not going to get 5 owed, and also not confident that Alex was going to get a 6-0. So, in any case, uh, I'll let my feelings about Arvo subside here for a moment, and then we're gonna see a Stealth Rock from Screamtail and a Toxic onto the Screamtail. That's not nice. Sludge Bomb. This is an interesting kind of Screamtail set. It's like lead, rocks, and screens. I feel like a more conventional Screamtail set would be better, but we'll have to see. So you go for Terra Normal Will-O-Wisp, which is dirty onto the Garchomp, but this is probably Tank Chomp with spikes. Yep. With no move to hit Iron Valiant, really. I guess Earthquake. Yeah, you try to Dragon Tail a Fairy type. What are you, stupid? I'm sorry. Alright, so 2 Calm Minds and Psyshock. Yeah, Pheasantipity's not a counter to an Iron Valiant that's +2. Like, come on, be for real. Yeah. Moonblast, what? What was Iron Valiant's last move? If it was Aura Sphere, like this was over. Literally Iron Valiant 6-0'd. I wonder where the fuck his last move was. I can't see why it wouldn't be Aura Sphere. Okay. All of a sudden, it's a lot closer of a game because this Screamtail can't do anything to Latios. No way, unless it's like play rough. But all right, so Latios gets a +2. I think Luster Purging actually would have been better because you're gonna get the drop on Araquanid, and you would have had another turn. This is strange. Okay, what are you doing? You can just die. What? Why would you Terra Dark and Swords Dance when you saw that Lunge was doing like this much to you? Like, I could see maybe not Terraing and Swords Dancing, and then thinking, okay, I'll live the Lunge roll, but like, you know, obviously Liquidation does more on a neutral hit. Or like, why don't you just, I don't know, go for damage? Like, because Gallade's not getting out of that. No shot that Gallade is going to get the Swords Dance off, and I don't know. That was a really stupid play. All right, so Luster Purge is going to kill there with no screen up. You have to, I mean, yeah, you're going to get destroyed by E-Speed, but you get destroyed by E-Speed on Garchomp too, so 2 more E-Speed is going to do it. And yeah, there you go. And then Arvo misses playoffs. Good, frankly. I mean, you're going to dodge the top 1 and 2 seed because you're scared to play them. Like, I would... I'm glad you didn't make playoffs, frankly. But good job on Pez. It was really well played. Why was this Iron Valiant not running a fighting type move as its last? Like, even close combat would have been great into the Excadrill, but I don't know. Maybe he was seeing something that I wasn't. Maybe he had like knockoff or something. I don't know. Last game that we're gonna review here for this quite long video as it stands. Maybe I should get actually some things set up. Yeah. Oops, I don't need to show that. Sorry for the delay. I should have thought about this beforehand, but I'm pulling up the draft sheet and everything to kind of do a last overview of what happened and where the standings lie. But this is JWK, his Baltimore Bearticks, led by the Burger King, Kiram, against the Sun team. This is interesting. Snow versus Sun, you don't see this very often. You would think the Sun would have a really big advantage, but I think Ogerpon's gonna kind of destroy him, if you're asking me. So White Snake, the Kiram, who's gonna, I mean, Earth Power, yeah, GG. Actually, yeah, GG. It's over. The game's over. You just stall out the Sun, or yeah, you go Ninetales. Okay, he went for Iron Head, which is an insane call out on the Ninetales. I like that. I mean, I guess it's still okay against Kiram, but I don't know if it would have killed. If Kiram was not Specs or Scarf or whatever, I think it is a choice item. But yeah, no, I mean, there's no switch into Freeze Dry. Just goes for Ice Beam. Even worse, frankly. Go to Pex. It's probably a Spadef Pex. Oh. Is that what Specs does? No, that's not even Specs. So this is not even a Spadef Pex. I'm wondering why not. I feel like this being the answer to Walking Wake makes a lot of sense. So we see a Toxic that doesn't do anything. Brave Bird. Tox or Surf. I think I have a feeling where I know where this is going, so let's just make this hyper fast. So we're gonna see a PP stall game here, which you would think in general favors Corviknight because of pressure, but for some reason, this is an unnerved Corviknight, which has been revealed. Like we know it's an unnerved Corviknight. We would know it was a pressure Corviknight as well, because it would have said pressure activated. But if this was pressure, this Corviknight actually would have won the 1v1 versus this Toxapex. And I was talking about this with somebody else, that if this Corviknight also had bulk up instead of like U-turn or something, it could have gotten 1 or 2 bulk ups, which would have put it like basically given it the opportunity to kill like Iron Threads, who just does not have a move to hit it. Samurott probably would not beat this, especially if it had body press as a move, but it frankly doesn't need it. If it gets enough boost, then it is fine. And yeah, I mean, if you have I don't know if what you need to do to live Kiram. If it specs Kiram, you might have to be really high HP, but frankly, the Surf from Toxapex is not doing that much. You probably can get away with that. Another thought that we had is if you had agility as well, so you could outspeed the Ogerpon, it could have been over. Like a double dance pressure, Brave Bird, Roost, double dance, meaning agility and bulk up, would have been really good into that. Now, granted, Jeff could have played this differently. Like you probably, if you saw an agility, or if you saw a bulk up, he probably would have hazed a lot sooner. Now, granted, you can bulk up with pressure more than he can haze, so I don't know if Jeff would have played that. But as soon as he saw an agility, I'm sure he would have switched to something to stop all that mess from happening. Probably Kiram, because if you're not +1, you're probably not killing with, you're almost certainly not killing with Brave Bird, and Ice Beam is going to outdo your Roost. So, in any case, that's not what we saw happening. Freeze Dry is going to just pick this up. This might be a Scarf Kiram, actually. It may be, and this may also, well, this is not a Scarf Walking Wake, so it's not Scarf, so didn't matter. Ogerpon's going to clean this up. Nothing you can do. I mean, let's just get out of there. Yep. And that was the last game of the season. Good on you, JWK, big old Baltimore Beartic guy. It was a well-played game. I kind of figured that something like this would happen. I actually thought that Ogerpon was going to be a little more involved, but in any case, it was really good. Let's go ahead and get, we don't need to see that. Let's go ahead and get our draft board on screen. Let's see if this is a, yeah, this is a good screen for it. I'm sorry about the white and the flashbang and all that. But we can go week by week to see some things. There's a double forfeit week 1, which we denote with 2 losses and a 0-0. There were some, I think these were 2 legit 6-0s. I'm pretty sure this was a forfeit. If you don't see the Mons here, that's a forfeit. 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 You see, this is what I'm saying, that Adeliza benefited from a lot of forfeits here, which, you know, it is, I mean, their opponents didn't, like, try to schedule the games, and that's the rules, that you don't schedule the games, you forfeit. This game here, Alex did not want to log any attendance for his Pokemon, because he didn't want it to affect, I guess, his MVP race stuff, which we will check out in a moment here. All the games got played in week 6, which is really awesome. Then, well, look at this. Week 7 was really bad. Only three games didn't get played. Week 8 was really bad. There's maybe, I don't know why this Pokemon's not showing up. It should be, but there's something to be said, I guess, about the playoff rules, where if not everybody, on one hand, if not everybody makes playoffs, then people who are like eliminated from contention, like they don't really have an incentive to play their last game, so you might see forfeits like that. I don't think that's the reason why we saw so many forfeits in the last week. I think some of these people are just not very committed to the league. We'll have to talk to some of the council people about like what we're gonna do about if we do a next league, because this was way too many fucking forfeits, and I'm a little I feel some kind of way about it. In any case, we didn't see any side sweeps, where all the guys on one side won and all the others on the other side lost. We were kind of close. This was a close one. I kind of ruined it for everyone. It sucks. Could have seen it where this time if Jet Frost would have played the game and won, but in any case. Yeah, but I guess there's also something to be said about if everybody makes playoffs, then like no game is incentivized and people are like, you don't really have to try at all in the regular season. You could just, if you think your team is really good and you think you're a good player and you don't have to play the games, then you know you just don't play any of the games, and then you'd be in playoffs, and then you could win from there. You kind of sandbag for your seed as well. I mean, granted, this is for fun. I don't know why you would do that. Joining a for fun league, and you would certainly not be invited back if you did something like that. But yeah, we'll look at this, some team sheets. I was trying to spare you guys from having to look at this, but there it is. Some pretty cool logos here. Maybe I should have shown them off some more. I like the Tropicana Tropius, is really funny. This is a good one as well. It's kind of simple. Let me see if I can try to show that a little better. There we go. My logo's sick. This is, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Pokeaim was the Bronx Beartix, and this was his logo. And we did a little color swapping here, so I don't know about that. This is a really cool custom-made logo. I think hand-drawn. Pretty good. This is, I mean, I think taken from the internet, but I'm not sure. This, I mean, obviously I kind of just stitched this together in Photoshop. It is what it is. These were the placeholder ones for people who didn't make logos. Let's go look at the standings. So yes, I've took the top seed. I mean, no surprise there. Come on. No, I'm kidding. um, our week 1 opponent ended up winning 7 in a row, getting second. Uh, Pardus with 7 wins. Granted, the one loss was to this team, which you would think is like, that feels like you could have won that one and got second place, but I don't think it really is going to matter all too much. Um, how how the playoffs work is the top 4 pick, well, really the top 3. And how the playoffs are going to be set is I picked Afro Celeste. I mean, that feels like a no-brainer. It was the best performance that I had out of these 4 that I could have picked. It's also, I feel like, the easiest matchup for my particular team. Um, so, uh, like, I would hope you understand why I did that. I mean, and I didn't feel like too. I mean, I'd played all these people before. If there was somebody I didn't play, I might have been inclined to pick them because that would have been really interesting. But in any case, uh, Alex chose to pick Porter here, who I think is the scariest of the top or the bottom 4 in playoffs. So maybe he's just looking to knock him off early. I don't know. They didn't play this regular season, so that's going to be a really cool matchup. Pardus picked to play Pez. I think that's going to be a great matchup as well. I'm really curious to see if Iron Valiant can break through Pardus's team. Pardus has a lot of good like offensive pivots on the team, um, which you think that Iron Valiant could clean up, but we'll have to see. And then that leaves the Good Grief, Professor Anzo, with the Baltimore Bearticks. So I guess technically, like the 4th person doesn't really get to pick; they're just stuck with whoever's left, which could be bad. If this is a really bad matchup for the Good Grief, then it would not be good. If this is a rematch, and the Baltimore Bearticks did win. So you might say, like, well, so then why are the Baltimore Bearticks lower than the Good Grief? Well, our first tiebreaker is differential. Kind of the reason why we did that is because we didn't want to have a scenario like, so like take this one for example. Uh, Professor Anzo has this lost to Jeff. I keep doxing him. My bad. Um, and you would think, okay, so then Jeff has to be above Professor Anzo. So then where does that put this team, the Colorado Dragons, then? Like, they have a better they didn't play either of these two. So they have a better diff. Would we put them above Jeff? But then uh the Good Grief has a better diff than uh Ephemeral Style. So should they be below the Good Grief? I don't know. Um, it seemed a little bit cleaner. Now you could have a tie situation where everybody's got the same diff, and it was a rock paper scissors. In which case, you're gonna have to go to some really crazy tiebreakers. I think what we decided is the last tiebreaker is you have to play a Ranbat, and whoever wins the Ranbat is the higher seed. Um, which would be really funny if that happened, but it did not happen that way. Um, yeah, in any case, um, we think this was probably a little cleaner to just do it by diff. And we had decided this before the season started, so we didn't screw Jeff here. Like, everybody knew the rules going into it, and everybody agreed to the rules by agreeing to play in this. So you'll see a lot of red down here, which makes sense because, well, if you lost a lot, you wouldn't make playoffs, but also tons of forfeits and double forfeits, which is why you see more red on the screen than green. I don't know how many double forfeits there were. I think there were like 1 or 2. We could go back to the schedule if I really wanted to, but whatever. Let's look at the MVP race. So there was a kind of a three-way tie for most kills between Pecharunt, Dragapult, and Ogerpon Hearthflame. This Dragapult games played is a little bit misleading because there was one game where it was a forfeit where I chose to log attendance. Why did I choose to log attendance? Well, I had Persian at the time, and the rule is you have to bring at least 10 of the Pokemon that you drafted to be eligible for the playoffs. Um, and another rule is if you have a forfeit, you can choose to log, the winner of the game can choose to log attendance for the game so that they don't get screwed. Like if you had one Pokemon you needed to bring in the last week and then the person forfeited, you don't get screwed by that. So really this is like 7, and you could even make an argument that I think this Pecharunt could have come to the one game that was forfeited, so that wasn't logged attendance for, so it could have been 6, but like even still, uh, this had more kills per game. Even if you say this is 6 and this is 7, equally as little deaths. I think Pecharunt was probably the highest value pick for the price that it was worth. It was only 14 points, whereas Dragapult was 10 more points. Um, but like I would say all 5 of these Pokemon proved to be really good. I mean, Sinistcha as well. Um, I think it's hard, it's like the stats. You can kind of spin whatever narrative you want on them. The Cinderace, I don't know if that means that Cinderace is good or if that Pardus is just good at using Cinderace. I kind of think it's more the latter than the former. Whereas I think Gouging Fire is kind of the opposite. Cause fuck you, Blake. Um, and Golden Go, I think it was a mix of good matchups and good sets brought. So and Sinistcha was really nice. One thing you might notice here, like look at the top 10: Ghost type, Ghost type, Ghost type, Ghost type, Ghost type. It's like half of this top 10 is Ghost types. That's like kind of insane, right? You think that you would see, like, I think one reason why is you don't really see a lot of normal types drafted. The only like ones I can think of were Ursaluna, Persian, even dark types was King Gambit. I had a Lowland Persian, but I dropped that. Like there are just not a lot of ghost resists. You could go to some of these teams, you could go to the draft, um, and like, who's the ghost resist? Quillfish. Who's the ghost resist? Ursaluna, Munchlax, maybe a Terra Dark Mesprit, um, or Terra Normal Arcanine. Uh, this team, like Jugulus and Meloetta, I guess Terra Normal here. Uh, th- yeah, 1 ghost resist. Well, 2, I guess, actually. I'm capping on some of these people. Roaring Moon. Is that your only ghost resist, right? Ambipom, Hisuian Samurott. And I mean, like, some of these are just not great ghost resist. Like Samurott, like you don't want it to take a bunch of Shadow Balls, right? Hoopa, you're gonna have to Terra Ghost, or sorry, Terra Dark. Um, King Gambit's a good ghost resist. I'll give you that. Persian is, I mean, immunity, which is okay. Regigigas is your ghost resist. You have to bring Regigigas to a game that has a good ghost type. Weavile's not a great ghost resist, let's be honest. Wordier is, I mean, come on, Wordier's not good. I mean, that's my team, of course. Terapagos is good. Overclow's pretty good. Tinglu's good. Like, this has good ghost resists on it. That's the first team that, like, I would say, yeah. I mean, this team as well. I see, like, Darkrai and Zarude together is pretty decent. And you have some good special defense to help you out with these 3. Um, I do think you could see a lot of these teams have maybe 1 ghost resist. This team, I don't think it has any ghost resist. This team, it has 12 Pokemon, 1 ghost resist. So yeah, I mean, there are probably a lot of dark and normal types on the draft board that could have been taken to help Chi-Yu. for example. Meowscarada, I mean, was picked up. It's not a great Ghost Resist either, don't get me wrong, but um, Hydreigon would have been good, I think, into a lot of the high tier ghost types that you saw with a Choice Scarf and then a really strong stab uh, Dark Pulse. Trying to see if there's any. Mandibuzz is just that would be a great one. Um, Incineroar would have been really good. Um, Crawdon is like not great, but yeah, I mean, Blissey didn't get taken. Chansey is on the boards as well. Like, we could have seen some effort from some, like, to try to stop Dragapult, Spectrier, uh, Sinistcha, who's already down at 9 points, from running away with some games. But we really didn't. We could go to the playoffs here. This is a playoff sheet that I set up myself, which is really nice. The double elimination bracket. I'm not going to scroll to show everything because I think one of the games has been played and I don't want to spoil the result of that just yet. I don't know if it's been put into the draft sheet yet, so let's just try not to spoil it. But we see I'm up here. If let's say I beat the Urshifu Rain Sun, they're gonna go down to the losers bracket, which is all the way over in this direction that I'm highlighting. I guess let's. I might have spoiled it there, so close your eyes for the last 3 seconds if you didn't want to see who won. Um, but yeah, we're gonna see an interesting little bracket here. Yeah, I hope I can get to the grand finals here on the winner's side. That's a big advantage because the loser side, if you win, uh, you're gonna have to win a second time, which you think would be easy because you're like, oh, if I won, it's probably because I have a good matchup. But maybe you have to do the last thing in your bag of tricks to win that. And the winner can just kind of play to see what you have, knowing that they or like play safe or even play risky to just try to get the advantage going. That would have been it's really good, and I hope that I can get there. I'll be honest, I'm worried about this team. I With getting rid of Flygon, I've gotten rid of my ground immunity and my electric immunity. The ground immunity, I'm not too worried about. Like this team, yeah, it's got Earth Power and Amorous, which is pretty good, but it doesn't have like a super scary ground type. But it does have Regieleki, and Regieleki is going to get free Volt Switches versus my team, which is really not nice. I'm going to have to find a way to circumvent that, help myself out. I don't have webs to try to make the Aleki slow. So we'll have to see. I hope they get knocked to the losers bracket. Maybe I don't have to play them. Partis, the Tropicanatropius, I really want to play them, which I think means that they're gonna have to win their round 2, and I'm gonna have to win my round 2 as well. To see that, or we're gonna have to meet each other in the loser side, which I don't want to lose. So I would be really interested to play the Good Grief. I think their team is really cool, and I don't believe I got to play them in the regular season, so I hope they beat the Baltimore Bearticks. I don't really care about the Baltimore Bearticks. I think they swung their best shot at me in the regular season and they missed. So use this as fuel for your fire if you're listening to this, Jeff. But yeah, I mean that's the regular season. We've got a nice 1 hour 45-minute or so video for you to watch to chill and ladder to Pez. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everybody who's in playoffs has good luck. Unless you play me, I hope you have terrible luck. We'll see you for playoffs.